Boat. Hello.
Hello, what are you doing?
This is the show before the show. Oh, look, takes a step away from me already. This is the show before the show where we're just setting up. We're making sure that we sound okay and look okay, although we can't do much about the latter.
How much we can do about that?
No, I can change my audio levels. There's no button here. Oh, although there could be filters. Like we need those Snapchat filters, like beautify.
No, I'd uglify where you make yourself like a monster. Imagine doing a whole podcast as a monster.
I think we could. I'm pretty sure Jade Star has done it before. Wouldn't surprise me. Hello, folks who are tuning in live. We will start recording a podcast in about 5 minutes. And today, Georgie's done all the work. She's no pressure, but all the time I say to Georgie, I don't know much about music, and she often like quizzes me because she likes trivia and stuff. And so she's gone away and found some stuff.
I'll say this again in the actual recording, but I'm going to preface this by saying this is not research in the typical fashion. I Googled a few things and I take no
prisoners.
Yeah, I take no credit for anything that's right, and I take no responsibility for anything that's wrong.
Yeah, what is there a saying that's like all effort but no responsibility or something like that?
Something like that.
Someone will know.
Yes, I didn't do peer-reviewed studies on music.
Did you do Facebook research? Where you just like, I'll just find the loudest group on Facebook and just assume that whatever they say is true?
Gosh, that would be terrible idea.
Less than ideal.
Yes.
Hello to the early birds who are here catching worms. Hello, Christopher Rossi and the Rossies. Hope you're well. Hello, Doug Kitter, sitting in the lurking chair. Hello to Cools Moth. I can't read it from here. I'm further away than I usually am, so I'm not
because I've squished into your area.
Your cramping style.
I'll go if you want.
No, I've got nothing prepared. I got nothing. You must stay because I didn't prepare a single thing. If you can help us out, just while we're having this little chat beforehand, if one of us needs to come up or down in volume, just let me know. I've turned Georgie up because I'm a big fat loudmouth and she's softly spoken.
Yes, I'm so softly spoken.
So we're hoping that we have things right level-wise. But you guys are more audio pros than what we are. So let us know how we're sounding. Georgie, hooray. I say Georgie, hooray. Every morning I get up and go, Georgie, hooray.
And then I smack him across the face. No, I don't really.
This is PG rated. Oh, I've never heard that joke before. PG rated.
Okay, I'm going to pay that.
Pretty good.
I've never heard that either.
Pretty good. G'day, Scott Borthwick. Hello to Thomas Christ. We bow to our moderator, Thomas Christ. Hello to you. Thank you for being here and keeping away the trolls and the prombots.
The troublemakers.
Brenton Barnett, mate of mine from high school.
Seriously?
Yeah. Hope you're doing well, Brenton.
Hi.
You're up in Queensland. Did you have a holiday? Anyway, we'll chat offline. It's all good. Hello. Speaking of holidays, here's Clint. Now, is that holiday or holiday?
Holiday.
Okay, close enough. Hello, Kahalu Rocks. Hello to anyone who we haven't said g'day to. I hope you are all doing well. And it's the Jade Raid, because Jade was just chatting with Jamie McElhenney. Now, how do you say this? Jade was struggling too at the start. It's McElhenney? McElhenney? McElhenney?
I would have said McElhenney.
McElhenney.
Because there was an I and an E.
We'll see. Hello, Gregory O'Sullivan. That's easy enough for us to say, Australians. O'Sullivan. Everyone else. Mark Bro as well. Thank you for being here. Check 1, 2 sounds good. All right. We'll trust you. That way, the reason I ask the audience is then I can blame them. If it doesn't sound right, I can just say, it's not my fault. I asked the question. Hello, Cold Acre as well over in Melbourne town. A lot of Australians here today. Good to see. Russ 8889.
You guys are up early.
G'day to you. Yes. Well, yeah.
I mean, it's not that early, but
it is. It's pretty early for rock and roll. 9:30 a.m. For rock and rollers is pretty early. G'day, Sean Chandler. Hello to you as well. So Russ is up early, but it's because it's like early morning. It's 11 p.m. UTC. So for our friends in the UK and Europe, thanks for staying up.
Then it's late.
I guess it is. True. I was thinking early hours of the morning, but it's not even. It's only 11 o'clock.
11 p.m. is in the night.
11 p.m. is in the p.m.
Yes. Post midday. I know that's not what that stands for, but it sounds good.
Post midday. What does PM stand for? There you go. We'll start the trivia now. What does PM and AM stand for? Is it post
something meridian? Yeah.
Does anyone know? Does anyone know what PM stands for?
I think it's post meridian.
Meridian, something like that. I know.
Then what's AM?
AM.
After
Is it prime time?
and
Prime
time
time in
meridian?
the USA.
there
PM
you
is
go,
prime
prime
time.
time.
It's too early for wine. Yeah, this is the problem. You know,
Thought about it. Seriously thought about it.
and a pretty good idea.
But we
yeah.
have.
No, we
I
have.
studio live mugs.
Oh, that's right. Look, we can cheers to our
Cheers.
cheers without words. It's actually
Water.
water. Yeah, we can't even pretend. Post meridian and anti meridian.
There
Thomas
you
Christ
go.
would know. Yeah, anti
I was
meridian.
close. I said
Post meridian and anti meridian.
Anti.
Post your ante. It makes me want to play some poker. Post your ante.
Post your anti.
Put your blinds
yes,
out.
Yes.
Maybe not. There you go. Yes, it's midnight here for Mateus as well. Too late for rock and roll when you're old.
Yes.
I hear that.
Oh, yes.
By the way, if you're hoping that the podcast is going to be much more organised and well run than this, yeah, you probably need to lower your expectations.
Yes. Especially since I'm in control.
Oh no, it's actually going to be more in control because you're gonna pull me back because I can. Not that she does this, but I can almost hear when I go off on random rants. I can almost hear Georgie out there when she's like getting ready for work or something. And I'm just like, oh no, if Georgie's listening to this, she would be here like poking me, going, "Move on."
Shut up.
Because one of your pet peeves is YouTube, especially YouTubers who take too long to say simple things. Yeah?
To get to the point, what the most annoying videos to me are the ones that come on and say, "G'day and thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to be telling you all about XYZ. And once I tell you all about XYZ, you are going to be amazed. You've never known this about XYZ before, but stick around because once I tell you about it, it's like, oh my God, just tell me."
Yeah. Yep. And then you always got to have a tease. You're like, stick around to the end where we're going to reveal the one secret you need to know.
You know what I do then? Jump to the end or just stop watching.
Stop it. No.
Yeah.
I have that. I have cartoon level hate for that, but also tutorial videos without words, like without speaking, where it's just got things you got to read.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I'm trying to do something and learn something, I don't want to have to read it while I'm trying to do it. If you're not talking, but then again, I'm an auditory learner. Auditory learner.
Yes. That's like that the tongue twister we were trying to say the other day.
Oh, Scottish pancakes.
No, Irish wristwatch.
All right, everyone, you've got to say it 3 times fast. I'm going to try it first, and then I'll hand over to Georgie. So, Irish wristwatch.
Yes, we have to say it fast.
Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. 1.5.
I'm not going to try.
Oh!
All right, I'll give it a go. Irish wristwatch. No, I can't do it.
It turns into Irish wristwatch.
Irish
wristwatch.
Yes.
All right. Hello, Joe Barry Glenn too, by the way. I hope you are doing it well. Yeah, I think we should get on. I think we should crack on to the show because we're 7.5 minutes in.
Are we?
I think it's time. That we record this thing. So Irish wishwash. There you go.
Irish wishwash.
That's what it comes out of.
Yes.
Irish wishwash.
Yes.
So yeah, as we go, we're going to record the show. We'll then hang out at the end. So if there's any random questions or things that aren't appropriate for the show, appropriate for the
Oh, I
for the
hope there's
podcast.
nothing that's inappropriate because I've got a few.
You did say that there was some
mildly-
saucy bits.
Well, it's not really saucy. It's just a little bit inappropriate.
Risque.
Nothing terrible. I mean, it's about music, so
PG-13.
there's never anything bad in music, is there?
PG-13.
PG-13, yes.
We're PNG and we have a 13-year-old.
There you go. But we can't claim credit for that joke.
No, that's true. But I'm going to use it
Yes.
and then forget who said it and then claim
We'll
it
have to
forever.
scroll back in the
True.
comments.
All right. Well, normally I put my guest off screen, but I can't really just put a screen in front of Georgie before I come in and introduce her. But so that we can pretend on the audio version that you weren't here the whole time. Well, I'm going to
Shut up.
I'm going to do a little. No, I'm just going to do a little introduction. But
Okay.
You feel free to butt in at any time.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're recording in 3 seconds. Yes, it's time for the Studio Live Today podcast here on Studio Live Today. My name's Pete Johns, and this week we're talking about music stuff that you might not know. And to put me to the test, because I don't know a lot about music, I have brought along a special guest. It is my wife, Georgie. Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
I am quite well, thank you.
It is very strange to record this podcast with someone else in the room. It's the first time. You're the first person to be here in the studio, or what I like
Live?
to call our bedroom.
Today?
Today?
In the studio, live, today? Get it?
I do. See, it's information like that and witty quips that are going to make this a cool show. So on today's show, we are going to be talking about music. So you love trivia, right?
I do.
Your background, for those that don't know, why do you like trivia so much? What is it about it?
I've always just liked finding things out, and I go to I haven't been to a trivia night for a while, but I like trivia nights. I like playing Trivia Pursuit. I like playing trivia games, especially music trivia games. We've got games on the PlayStation trivia games that we can play online. I like knowing stuff, but I like finding out stuff more.
Yes, you like doing the research. Then you've been doing some hardcore research for us this week, right?
I wouldn't call it hardcore research.
Softcore research.
I'll preface this by saying that I take no responsibility for anything that's wrong, because my research, in inverted commas, was Google searches.
All the Facebook groups, Reddit posts, and internet memes that we've come across.
Mostly news articles from 2016.
Right. So they haven't been peer reviewed and fully fact checked, is what you're saying. Okay.
No.
Cool.
No, they have not.
It's a podcast and people are used to that. So
yes,
it'll be absolutely
I'm assuming
fine.
most podcasts are not peer reviewed and fact checked.
And the good thing that the only thing that's going to happen, the only consequences are you might say something about Jimi Hendrix that didn't actually happen, and then be embarrassed in front of a big Jimi Hendrix fan. But
don't think I have any Jimi Hendrix facts, unfortunately.
Okay. So did he really play a guitar on fire with his teeth? I don't know. I think that's two
According
things
to
smooshed
the
together. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I don't think you play the burning guitar with your teeth while it's on fire. I think that could end pretty badly.
You might lose an eyebrow or two. I had a dream I lost my eyebrows. Isn't that weird?
You know what the most interesting thing to hear?
Shut up. That's why I kept it short.
You did.
I had a dream.
That was the best dream anecdote I've ever heard. I like it.
I didn't go on about how I lost my eyebrows.
And the fact that your teeth fell out and turned into wood or something.
No, that was Thomas Jefferson. No, who had the teeth made
Who
of
had
wood?
the wooden teeth?
I can't remember.
Yeah, some old
Not being American, we don't know a lot about American history.
True. But we do know a lot about music. Well, we don't.
We don't.
I don't know a lot about music. In fact, I get ashamed because some people say to me, oh, what's your favourite Bob Dylan song? And I'm like, searches Bob Dylan songs. Blowing in the Wind. That was a cover he did. I'm like, oh, shit, I don't know. I don't know a lot about music, but I want to learn more. And I want to replace the facts in my head that aren't about music with more music facts.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to do today. You said something interesting before we jump into your first thing. You said that as part of your research, you were reading about the fact that some people aren't affected by music at all. So they don't care, like they can't connect with a song. What's the deal with that?
All I read was that some people, they did a study, and not just old people, young people as well, just aren't even emotionally or physically affected by music. You know, when you hear a song, you instantly start, bobbing your head or tapping your foot. And some people just feel no desire to do that. And it's only a very small percentage of the population. I can't remember the exact number. But can you imagine living your life not being affected by music in any way? Look, I understand everybody has different hobbies and different likes. I have no interest in watching car racing, for example. I don't think cars going around in a circle is interesting, but I love the passion of people that enjoy that, because they get dressed up in their favourite team gear and they go and they watch the race and they have drinks and whatever, and that's their passion. Absolutely fine. But can you imagine not being a person that's affected by music?
I can't, and
no.
I don't think anyone listening to this, because
No.
if you're listening to a podcast about music
and you're not affected by music,
that's a pretty deep cut right there.
Yes.
But it would be sad, and I guess it would be like, some people, I'm not affected that much by art. Like, a lot of people can stare at artwork, and I think you're similar, because when we went to the Louvre in Paris, people were like walking through there and they said, the guided tour will take you about 2.5 hours. I reckon we walked through that sucker in 40 minutes? Tops?
About that. I would have liked to have stayed a bit longer and looked at the artwork, but I knew that it wasn't your bag. It probably would have taken me 1 hour instead of 40 minutes. But
I only slightly rushed you. That's good to know. That's good.
But we did stop at the Venus de Milo for a minute.
Yes, the gummy
and
Venus.
the gummy Venus de Milo, and
Moaning Myrtle.
We stood back with the rest of the crowd and saw the Mona Lisa. And I was prepared for her to be like postage stamp size, because everyone says,
so small.
So much smaller than you're expecting. So I was expecting it to be teeny tiny, and it was normal picture size. And I went, okay, that's normal.
It was just a picture. We've had some folks here live. By the way, welcome to the folks who are watching us record the podcast live on YouTube.
Yes.
If you would like
Hello.
to be one of them, tune in every Friday morning here in Australia or Thursday afternoon or evening, depending where you are in the world. And if you want to catch the audio version, studiolivetoday.com/podcast, you can catch us over there. We got some answers to our wooden teeth. Apparently, George Washington is who we were trying to think of.
Who did I say? I said Thomas Jefferson.
Something like that.
Yes.
But also,
apparently it was false anyway.
Right, yeah. But apparently Queen Elizabeth I did have wooden teeth, which was interesting. And I like that Christopher here says she flossed with sandpaper, which I think is gold.
I'll pay that too.
Very nice.
Although if you floss with sandpaper, wouldn't you just eventually wear them down?
I mean, true. You'd have to. What would you do? You'd have to replace them eventually.
Apparently, that's what they used to do. They used to just rip out healthy teeth and replace them with like false teeth.
Yeah. You get your teeth done. Your teeth did back in the day. You didn't get your hair did. You got your teeth did. All right. Yes, and I like Thomas Christ, who says, "Without music, life would be flat."
Yeah, even deaf people feel music.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's true. Russ has told us that deaf people, and that's the thing. Like music can be a feeling as much as, especially if you're standing next to the speaker stack at a festival. It's just like. Yeah.
There's actually a movie that our youngest daughter watches called "Feel the Beat," and it's about a little group of kiddies that enter a dance competition, and one of them is deaf, and she literally feels the beat. She dances by feeling the vibrations of the music.
Yep.
So.
It's amazing. There you go. Music facts before we even get into the music facts.
There you go.
If folks have questions, if you are here live, if you're listening on the replay, it might be a bit hard to ask a question, but feel free to leave a comment or reach out to me. I'm always there at pete@studiolivetoday.com. So what do you got for us? Because I love this. I prepared zero, but I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to be like a Pete Reacts channel here today because you're going to give us the info. And
I have to look at my phone because I can't remember everything. So you'll have to forgive me on the video, staring at my little phone.
Little phone.
First of all, I want to introduce you to someone that some people on the podcast may have heard of.
Yes.
Don't know that you have.
Ooh, okay.
She is she's mainly known as a songwriter, but she is also a singer.
Dolly Parton.
No, her name's Diane Warren.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of Diane Warren?
I can honestly admit that I have not.
Okay. Diane Warren had her first hit back in 1983. She wrote the song Solitaire by Laura Branigan.
Solitaire's the only game I play.
Don't think it's that one. Or maybe it is. No, it's not. But Laura Branigan wrote, that song, she sang Gloria, Gloria.
Oh, yeah.
Got your number.
Okay.
So Diane Warren, her first hit was Solitaire, but that only made it to number 7.
Okay.
But her first number 1 song was by a band called DeBarge, Rhythm of the Night.
This is the rhythm of the night.
No, different one.
In the rhythm of the night.
The one that goes, the rhythm of the night, you can leave them all behind. Forget about your worries and yours, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yes, so this
is older, isn't it? We're talking 70s here.
That was 1985. She had her first hit.
Yep.
So she was the first songwriter to have 7 hits on the singles charts at the same time, all by different artists. She is a prolific songwriter and writes for so many different people that she can have, in the 80s, she had
7.
So many. She had 7.
Can you name all 7?
No, I cannot. I didn't write them down. But let me tell you about the awards she's won. She's won a Grammy,
Yep.
an Emmy,
Yep.
2 Golden Globes, and has been nominated for an Academy Award 14 times. And guess how many she won?
1.
0.
Oh, 14-time nominee.
14-time nominee for Academy Awards. She actually did get an honorary award back in 2022. And by back in 2022, I mean last year. So she's quite... you're going to look up.
No, because we've had Scott who's told us turn back time. So she wrote the Cher hit.
You're stepping on my facts here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. I was going to tell you about some of the songs that she's written that you would know. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, let me tell you this. She is in the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Nice.
And she has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Diane Warren has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And she's a philanthropist. She has all these...
So she's a good person as well.
She's a good person.
She's not
she has all
a
these...
music dick. She's a music legend.
Yes. I think when I was looking up her philanthropy stuff, some of it was really good and some of it was like, Oh, that's okay. Well, I'll just skip over that one.
Yes. Okay. No, I won't even say anything. We're going to have fun here today. We're not talking anything.
No, that's
I'm
right.
like, which political party did she choose to donate to? Yeah. No.
All right. So yes, well, we mentioned Cher.
If I could turn back time.
She wrote that one. She also wrote Starship. Nothing's going to stop us now.
That's one of my favourite movies, favourite songs of all. No wonder she won Golden Globes and Oscar nominees. That was probably like nominated for Best Awesome 80s Song in a Movie ever.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Mannequin, by the way, Mannequin, Kim Cattrall and Jonathan Silverman, I want to say. Yeah. Whoa. 80s.
Yes, the 80s. Oh, well, if you
Excited.
think about the songs that I was mentioning before, Rhythm of the Night starts with the most awesome, like, synthesizer kind of, it's so 80s. And I was watching the video and they're dancing around with their hair and their big shoulders. It was so good.
See, yeah. And of course, you have to listen to us try and sing these songs or remember them because we can't play the music due to copyright.
Yeah.
So you just have to put up with my memory of these and Georgie's attempts.
You can Google them after
That's true.
and listen to
If
them.
I'm honest, I won't do this, but I should put all the links in the show notes to things that we talk about.
Yes.
But just go Google them, honestly.
Yes.
Google Diane Warren.
How's this for one that she wrote? Blame It on the Rain by Milli Vanilli.
Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Blame It on the Rain by Milli Vanilli. Now, yeah, Milli Vanilli, I mean, is there anything else to know about Milli Vanilli apart from the fact that they didn't sing?
Well,
they
it
just
was
mimed their songs.
Well, I actually think that might have been slightly debunked. It was claimed that they lip synced to all their songs, but I think there was only a small amount of truth to that. I think they actually were
Musicians.
Yeah, they were musicians and singers, but that particular song, maybe they lip synced a little bit. Lip sunk a little bit of it.
Yeah, it's hard to know with things like that. But yeah, there was definitely singers who were uncredited who did some of the actual singing that was the main problem, and that's why they were unhappy. And these days, I mean, isn't that what all artists are doing? Like, you could say auto tune is the new Milli Vanilli. Just hit auto tune on there, and it's not really their voice anyway. Ooh.
Thank you, T-Pain.
I'm on a boat. Yeah.
All right. Another song that she wrote is Because You Loved Me. Celine Dion. I won't sing it because I can't do Celine Dion justice, but she wrote that in 1996. It was actually a tribute to her father, who believed in her so much that he encouraged her to write, and he bought her first guitar. And that song, Because You Loved Me, was actually the song that won her a Grammy for Best Song, specifically written for a motion picture or television show. And do you know what... It was a movie. Do you know what movie that was from?
Because
You Loved Me
Because
by
You Loved Me.
Celine Dion.
That's
It's
Celine
an
Dion.
older movie. Yeah, that one.
It's not Titanic. That was her other song. Is it an American movie?
Yes.
Is it from the 80s? 90s?
80s or early 90s. I think it's early 90s.
Would I know? Have I seen it?
I don't know that you've seen it, but you would have heard of it. It's like
Is it
in the...
Waiting to Exhale?
No, it's earlier than that.
In that ballpark?
It was ballpark. It's similar kind
Is
of
it
vein.
Thelma and Louise?
No, it's Up Close and Personal
Oh.
with Michelle Pfeiffer and Robert Redford.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes, but I must admit I was typing Michelle Pfeiffer into my notes and I got it so wrong.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah,
It's
hang on.
spelled... Go on, you try.
All right, I'm going to try it. Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer.
I think it's Pfieiffer.
Okay, I wasn't
Could be
far
wrong.
off. Wasn't
Could
far
be
off.
wrong. I think that's how And it was also nominated, that song, Because You Love Me, was also nominated for Song of the Year, but it didn't win. So she's quite like...
Diane Warren. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking at her Wikipedia. See, I've added that. I'm glad. I hope that replaced some knowledge in my head that I don't need anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe some Simpsons episodes.
No, you always need Simpsons quotes. Maybe how to make scrambled eggs or something. No, you need that as well. That's all you can cook.
That's about all I can cook. Yeah. Speaking of which, did I turn the stove off?
Oh, gosh, I hope so.
But no, not to. Well, I need to go check it while Georgie reads out some more facts.
No, I'm pretty sure you
I'm
would have.
pretty sure I did. Oh, no. I didn't.
All right.
Yeah, so so that movie was... What was the name of the movie again? Up Close and Personal.
Yes, Up Close and Personal.
Okay.
Well, the song "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing"
Oh,
by Aerosmith. She wrote that as well, but she actually envisaged it like when she was writing it. She had originally planned for a female vocalist.
Don't want to miss a thing.
And she'd planned that for Celine Dion.
For Celine.
For Celine Dion. She thought that the Aerosmith song, Don't Want to Miss a Thing, from the movie...
Oh, yeah. Flying asteroid blow up explosion.
Yes, I can't
Big,
remember.
Loud. It got 7 louds out of 10.
7 louds. Oh, we've got more louds than that.
Asteroid blasting to save
Can't
the world.
remember.
Let's fly Bruce Willis into the moon.
It wasn't Bruce Willis,
Wasn't it?
Oh,
Was
I
it the
can't
Bruce
remember.
Willis one?
Someone will tell us.
Armageddon? Was it Armageddon?
Was it
There were 2
Armageddon?
movies that came out about the same time. It was Armageddon and it was something else's. It was like the Earth is gonna explode.
Yeah, what movie was Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith?
We could just
in?
Google it. People
I mean,
are yelling at
Google
us.
it then.
Oh, okay, Don't Want to Miss a Thing movie. Pete Googles thing movie.
Yes.
It
it was Armageddon.
That was the one where
yes.
we flew Bruce
Fat
Willis.
Panda
into
Cat knew it, and yep, everybody knew it except
Okay,
us.
Just us. Ben Affleck, was he in that one? Oh, he was in the other one, wasn't he? Where the moon rake. No,
You're right. It was Bruce Willis, and and it was. Is that
Liv
Liv Tyler?
Tyler.
And is that not
his daughter.
the Steven Tyler's daughter?
There you go.
Apparently, he didn't know he had a daughter until she was like 9.
Wow.
Like, that's when, and yeah.
And then someone patted him on the shoulder and said, "This is how babies are made." And he's like, "Oh, I think I did one of them."
No, apparently what happened was
Deep impact.
her is that how she was created? No. Apparently her mother slept with Steven Tyler, but it was like a one-night stand thing, and she was with someone else or met someone else soon after, and he agreed to raise the baby, Liv, Olivia, I guess. And this other man's name is on her birth certificate and everything, and they agreed to never tell Liv the identity of her true father. But then one day they took her to an Aerosmith concert for some reason, and they ended up going backstage and she met Steven Tyler. And so then they decided to say, oh, actually, by the way, this is your biological dad. And now they have a relationship.
Can you take me to a Billy Joel concert and just check and make sure he's not actually my father?
Yeah, sure.
That'd be cool. Can you
I
imagine?
think your dad's actually John Farnham.
Oh, it could be. Whispering Jack, they call him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a deep cut for our Australian friends. Yeah, okay,
Yes.
interesting. Let's yeah, so that's Diane Warren. Go and check
That's
her
Diane
out.
Warren,
I had
yes.
no idea, and I don't know. It saddens me a little bit to learn when bands and artists don't write their own songs. I don't know why I care, but I guess songwriters have to exist.
I
and be a
never
thing.
knew that there were so many artists that don't write their own songs. I just kind of assumed, like when you hear the term singer-songwriter, that's not as common as singer. Because these people, like these famous artists, write. I mean, and even the biggest artists in the world, like
Yeah, they don't write a lot of their own music.
yeah, Madonna and Britney Spears. In fact, I'm going to now give you some information.
Segue.
I'm going to give you some songs that were written for, like, performed by an artist, but they were actually not written for that artist. They were offered to other people and turned down.
Ooh, okay.
You know the song "Toxic" by Britney Spears?
You know
The
that.
taste of your lips
Yeah.
on
Was that written by Prince?
Well, it was. I don't have who it was written by, but it was first offered to Kylie Minogue.
Oh, okay.
Kylie Minogue turned down "Toxic," and I actually think she would have done a really good job.
Yeah, I
Don't
mean,
you?
Britney and Kylie were kind of similar in their sort of dancey phases.
I guess, yeah. I think Kylie Minogue has an awesome catalogue.
Yeah, she has a more mature kind of sound and would
True.
have brought it a bit. Yeah, okay. I can hear that. And I would like to hear Kylie Minogue sing Toxic now.
Me too. Speaking of Kylie Minogue, she had a song called "Can't Get You Out of My Head."
I actually cover that one on acoustic.
That was written for S Club 7.
Oh, there ain't no party like an S Club party because an S Club party won't quit.
It's true.
Yeah, okay.
It's true.
They were the ones that did the no, that's C'est La Vie, that's Bewitched. What did S Club do? The step 1,
The steps.
step
Is
2,
it? No,
step 3.
That's
was
back to the
New
whatever
Kids on
those-
the Block.
Yeah, that's what New Kids on the Block.
Can you tell we're old people? Let's see. I just should have called this "Old People Get Nostalgic About Music Stuff."
Yes.
That'll be a great name for it. That could be the
Yes.
podcast title.
All right. Do you know the song "How Will I Know" by Whitney Houston?
How will I know?
No. How will I know if he really loves me?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I do know the songwriters of this one:
Okay.
George Merrill and Shannon Rubicam.
Okay.
Do you know those people?
Better known as
those people. They're songwriters.
No. I know. I have a really big gap in my knowledge around songwriters, clearly.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to do more.
I
Look
need
up
to know more.
songwriters. Anyway, so that song performed by Whitney Houston
Yeah.
was meant for Janet Jackson.
Okay. Yeah, I can see see, nothing shocked me yet. You haven't said this was written for Metallica, but it was sung by
The Celine Dion Aerosmith one. That was pretty
yeah,
shocking.
Yeah, that was pretty out there.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I've got this one you might not know the song. Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson.
Since you've been gone.
Yeah, okay, so you do.
Yeah.
That one was actually first offered to Pink.
Yep. Again,
She passed.
Okay.
Then it was offered to Hilary Duff.
Oh.
She passed. And gave it to Kelly Clarkson. That's one of her biggest songs.
Yeah, okay.
So
So there must be people that just create music and then just shop it around whoever's popular at the time and hope that one of them... In fact, we were watching that show the other day.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah, see, I keep just trying to preempt you, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you go on then.
No. Well, I was just going to say that song, that the show that we were watching called The Story Of,
Yeah.
which is on...
It's on Viceland or Vice or wherever you are in the world. Yeah,
Yeah.
SBS here in Australia.
And the song called Stepping In Before You Take a Sip of Water. The song called...
Because I got hot. No, that was the other one.
The thong song?
Thong.
The thong song.
Yeah,
Thong,
thong,
no,
thong,
it
thong.
wasn't that one, was it? There was one that was written for...
Yeah, no, that was that one.
was it the thong song?
Yeah, the beat was written.
Oh, that's right.
Because the producer that made the beat wanted to sell it to he shall not be named, aka Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, yes.
But yeah, and apparently Michael didn't want it or listen to it and went, it's not quite right.
No.
Oh,
What
he got it afterwards and he said, I would have
they
had
decided
That's right.
not to give it to him because the Cisco
this. Yeah.
really wanted it. And so they said, all right,
I'll
fine.
pay you all the money.
And then after Michael Jackson heard the thong song, he was like, that's so good. Could you write me
I
something
wish I
similar?
had it, yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, well, at least we know that we're on the right track in terms of who we were going to offer the songs to.
Very cool. I'm going to write some music for Pearl Jam. I reckon they'd love me. to
Yes.
write
So
some
you're a weirdo.
Green Day? Foo Fighters.
Have
Dave
you
Grohl
heard the
looks like he
song?
needs help.
I'm going to cut you off now. Have you heard the song Umbrella?
Yes.
Yes. Do you know who sings that?
Rihanna.
Rihanna. Do you know who features on it?
Oh, Nelly.
No, close. Jay-Z.
Okay. Isn't that
So
who
it's
she's
actually-
married to?
No, that's Beyonce. Beyonce is married to Jay-Z, I think. Yes. Pretty sure that's right.
Man, I know a lot about rap and hip hop, just saying. Woo.
That song was first offered to Britney Spears,
Oh, okay.
which I kind of,
Yeah.
I kind of see. She passed. Then it was offered to Mary J. Blige
Oh, okay.
and then went to Rihanna.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is the case or not, but I think Umbrella is probably one of her biggest selling
If you
songs.
said to me, name a Rihanna song, so I'll say Rihanna. Is it Rihanna or Rihanna? Or
Rihanna.
Rihanna?
It's not Rihanna.
It's got an H in it, doesn't it?
Rihanna.
Rihanna or Rihanna? Anyway, if you said to me, name a Rihanna song, it would be Umbrella, and then I'm out. So,
So yes.
so yes, in my
So
view,
it's
it's the
fairly
most popular song.
And that song actually won a Grammy in 2008 for Best Rap/Sung Collaboration.
Best rap/sung collaboration.
As in like Best Rap or Song.
Wow.
I don't know why they would
That's
separate.
a really specific category.
It's literally Best Rap/Sung Collaboration. In 2008, that's what won.
I'm going to find the most weirdest, narrowest category of the Grammys and just write songs aimed at that. Write 100 songs that are exactly that and see if I can win a Grammy.
Well, the most people that have ever won, who are EGOTs, that have won the Emmys, Grammys, Oscars and Tonys, it's mostly for songs because, I mean, obviously to win a Grammy, it's usually a song. And
Tony.
Emmys are for TV and movies and stuff. Tonys obviously, it's a lot of theatre and songs and stuff. And the Academy Awards, Oscars, they have song categories. So the EGOTs, like your Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I can't think of another one off the top of my head. I think Jennifer Hudson
Oh.
is an EGOT, maybe, or close to, because of songs. You can't really get an EGOT for acting.
No, I guess a comedian could if you had a comedy album that won. If you're a comedian, say, I can't think of. Isn't that sad? I cannot think of a non-cancelled comedian right now off the top of my head, or someone.
Steve Martin.
Yeah, there you go. Steve Martin would be a good choice because he is a theatrical actor. He
Yes.
could win a Tony. He has
That's why I
released
said it.
several comedy albums. He's been in TV shows now. Only Murders in the Dark or something.
Building. Only
That's
Murders in the Building.
average. It's okay.
Oh, we watched the first season. It was okay. We
It
haven't
was
got to
alright.
the second or
No.
third yet.
And of course, movies. The Jerk, best movie of all time. No, you're a
Roxanne
fan.
Roxanne.
You don't have to. No, it wasn't related to
It
that.
wasn't related to that, but the movie is hilarious.
All right, well, so I'm learning some things today here, and I hope you are too, because, Diane Warren, that's locked in. I've learned that Steven Tyler is apparently a bad man, and
He's not a bad man. He just didn't know that he had a baby.
He's like, I don't know how it happened. And they were like, Steve, see, what happens is when a man... So it was he caught on. Good on you, Steve. You caught on. I like the whole songs were written for other people. So I'm
Yes.
going to start shopping my songs around to other people to sing and perform.
Well, have you heard of the band SR71?
I haven't not heard of them. No, I have not
I
heard.
suspect that some people in your community have heard of them because
SR71.
they are a kind of punky, almost ska kind of band. Like it's
Oh, I
almost
should have
a
heard
cross
of them.
between, like Blink 182 and I was going to say Area 7, but the non-Australians might not know Area 7. What's the band that we went to see?
Living End.
No, at the Heaven.
Real Big Fish.
Yes, the
Real
one
Big
we listen to all the time, Real Big Fish. It's got
Real
that
Big
sort of vibe.
Okay.
So SR71 wrote a song called 1985
Oh,
and have a video clip of 1985.
1985.
Yeah.
That's
and
Bowling
then
for Soup.
the lead singer, whose name is Mitch Allen, was friends with Jarrett of Bowling for Soup. And they went, oh, you guys should do this and put it on your new album. And it blew up for Bowling for Soup.
That's that's interesting. And I don't know if it's on your list, but the one you told me about when you were first doing your research a couple of weeks ago, is that one on your list?
No, I'm
other song?
finished now. with
Oh,
those.
oh, okay.
I can't remember. What did I say?
No, the Natalie Imbruglia.
Oh, yes, Torn.
So it was the same sort of thing, wasn't it? Well, that was more of just a cover thing, but
I thought maybe non-Australians might not know Natalie Imbruglia as much.
well, I think let me know again, folks that are here live watching the live recording from the US or Canada or the UK. Natalie Imbriglia's song "Torn" actually is a cover song, and the original band, and I've forgotten the name of the original
Oh, I
band.
can't remember.
Their version is actually super cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good. And the other one I discovered recently was George Harrison did a song called I Got My Mind Set on You. And it's actually like an old 50s crooner jazz number from some guy I'd never heard of. But his version is really good. Like, it's I got my mind set on, with like some horn stabs and things. And
Nice.
yeah, so yeah, I'm excited about music.
Funny that.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm not sure if anyone has heard of Natalie Imbruglia, but Scott Smallthrick says, I thought SR71 was an aeroplane every day. Every day is a school day. Absolutely.
Look, Fat Panda Cat says Neil Finn, Australia's greatest. I think Neil Finn's actually from New Zealand.
Well, yeah. we claim. So
We
the problem
claim,
is,
yeah.
like Crowded House, we say they're an Australian band, and the Finn brothers were from New Zealand, and then the drummer, who's sadly not with us anymore, I've forgotten his name, Paul Hester? No. Yes. And I cannot remember the name of the other guys. Anyway, so they were Australians in the band, but
Yes.
the Finns kind of moved to Australia, and we claimed a bit like Russell Crowe. I don't know why we claimed Russell Crowe though. Didn't we give him back in the great the great give back
In
of
the great give
of 2009, where we're just like, this guy's a bit of a tool. But he has a band. Do you know the name? Here's a quiz for you.
Ooh.
Do you know the name of Russell Crowe's band?
I do, actually.
So Russell Crowe, famous movie star, has a band that he toured around in Australia with.
Can I say?
Yeah, you can. I'm giving some lead in here because some folks will be trying to think of it, and I know some of the Australians are probably onto it. But Georgie, can you reveal the name of the band?
The name of the band is 30 Odd Foot of Grunts, or Grunts. And it's basically because there were 5 or 6 of them, and together they were all about 6 foot. So it made it 30 odd foot of grunts.
Yeah.
Isn't
with
that
5.
silly?
Yeah, that's the sort of thing where 5 blokes are sitting around and just like, oh wait, we're all 6 foot and there's 5 of us. That's come on, Rossi, you can do it. 30, we're 30 odd foot of grunts.
I wasn't sure if it was 5 or 6. So
Interesting additional facts here. This is what we like. This is why I like having folks here. Apparently,
Yes.
Natalie has a sister who is trans.
Oh, there you go.
Stephanie Imbruglia. So I did not know that either. So more Natalie Imbruglia fans.
That's cool.
Facts and fans going on here.
Yes.
He plays, so Steve Martin, people were talking about what a great musician Steve Martin is. You've read the Steve Martin autobiography? Have you not? I thought that would be right in your wheelhouse.
I
You
think I
probably
did a
should.
long time ago. It's been out for a while,
I
yeah?
think it's called Born Standing Up.
Yes, I've read that, yeah.
So he talks about and actually plays banjo. If you listen to the audiobook version, he actually plays the little interlude banjo bits, and he is a just next level ridiculous.
We saw him live a couple of years ago with
He played with
with,
Rick Moranis. No,
not
what's
Rick
the guy's
Moranis.
name?
Martin
the short guy.
Short. The
called
short
Martin.
guy called Martin. Martin Short, yes.
Something like that. So yes, exactly. So I went off on so many tangents. I forgot the original tangent that we went off from the original.
Oh, the
thing.
original one was SR71.
SR71.
Did
Yeah.
in 1985 for Bowling
So
for
that's
Soup.
that's interesting, and I like. I mean, I'm going to say it right now. I like Bowling for Soup. I know that they're considered parody and comedy music, but I kind of dig the comedy music. What about you?
Oh,
Fan of comedy music?
do you think? Yes. If for those that don't know me, that's basically my favorite genre.
It's your jam. baby.
So my favorite artists are Weird Al Yankovic, Tim Minchin. There's a band here in Australia, the comedy trio called Tripod. The Lonely Island. There's another Australian group, a bit more recent, called Axis of Awesome, which I've just started listening a bit to.
Garfunkel Notes.
But so yes, Garfunkel Notes. I wouldn't necessarily put Bowling for Soup as a comedy band, but I do like the lightheartedness of it. Oh, and actually on that, Mitch Allen, who wrote the song, actually was in the video, in the 1985 video. You know how there's the lady and she's dancing around on the hood of the car and stuff? So he was a bystander in the video. Don't you think that's a bit of nice symmetry?
I like it. I dig
Yes.
it. Well, there you go. A lot of songs being written by other people and caring and sharing in the music industry until they have like a big lawsuit where they sue each other later.
Well, hopefully not.
No, there's no rules in punk, man.
No, that's right. All right.
What else you got for me?
Well, I've got some songs that are about, well, you think they're about one thing, actually about something else.
Oh, okay. I like these. Yeah. Sorry, I
right.
was going to say the name of one, and then I'm
No,
like,
go on.
Oh, Heya is the one that I like the most. It's not really.
Oh, that's not on my list, but go on.
No, I like songs that have a really upbeat vibe, and then you listen to the lyrics and you realise that they're actually so. Heya, the song Heya, Heya, shake it like a
Outcast.
Polaroid picture. Is actually written about a couple like breaking up and having like trouble with relationship issues, and you listen to it, you're like, it's a party anthem, and then you're like, oh no, it ain't. So yeah. Anyway, that's not really what you're saying because that's actually not written about something else.
Well, this one is a little bit risque.
Ew.
Tutti Frutti by Little Richard.
Uh-oh.
Any idea what that's about? I
mean-
like that you said, uh-oh.
Well, Little Richard was a wacky dude. Let's just say. So it could be anything. No, Tutti Frutti. So I would think it's about
So
a
the lyrics
delicious
the lyrics
bowl
are,
of Fruit Loops.
What bambaluma, what bamboo, Tutti Frutti, oh Rudy. But they weren't the original lyrics.
Rudy Nudie.
Sort of.
Lewdy misconduct. I'm pretty sure he was arrested for that.
Close. Oh, I don't think that was. No, but it's about anal sex. And apparently, now take this with a grain of salt because it came from the internet, but apparently the lyrics were something along the lines of Tutti Frutti got a booty. If it don't fit, you can grease it to make it easy or something like that.
I'd just like to mention this is the PG-13 version. Actually, no, that's probably like MA-15.
Yes.
Oh,
Because apparently when he wrote it, he was gay, and now he's not gay anymore.
isn't he also not alive anymore?
Well, maybe he's not alive anymore, but then he decided he wasn't gay anymore, so he stopped having sex with men. But yeah, Tutti Frutti about booty sex.
Someone isolate that to put it in a. Now I'm being berated. I know that we're recording the podcast here, but we just have to pause and mention that Jade mentioned that your hair is looking fabulous. Like
my hair.
A long time
Oh,
ago.
yes, I had a
And I
haircut.
Didn't even mention it. Yes. How
Yes.
your locks chopped off. And
Thank
I know,
you, Jade.
I know you're too humble to say, but you actually donate. You grew your hair long to donate it, and then chopped it probably shorter than you would have wanted to.
It
but
did go a little bit shorter than I would have. Oh, I don't. It's okay. It's fine. Yeah, I grew it specifically to donate it. There's a lady that does it's called a sustainable salon around the corner, and she does all the work. So all I had to do was actually Charlotte was there. Our youngest was there, and she actually did the chopping. Yeah, so the lady chopped it off and put it in. Well, she put it in the little plats and then chopped it off and then put it in a Ziploc bag, and we wrote all the details on there. I made sure I hadn't dyed it and I hadn't, cut it for a long time, so they could donate it to, I think it's Variety or one of those places that make wigs for children with cancer and alopecia. So that's why the short hair. So thank you, Jade, for noticing.
Nice. Okay, this has been hair chat.
Yeah, it's hair chat
Studio Lounge.
on the podcast.
I can't join in because obvious reasons.
And if you're listening in the audio.
Yes.
It's just below just above my shoulders. How's that?
There you go. So there's a good, if you're just listening on the audio, there's a good reason to come over to studiolivetoday.com and check out the video version. I don't know why I went to my radio DJ voice. I'm going to leave the last comment about that Little Richard thing, and before we just remove it from our memories, to Christopher Rossi, who said, lucky he was little, Richard.
Oh, lucky for the other men, yes.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
this one's also a little bit, a little bit saucy. Summer of '69. What's that about?
Hang on, got my first real 6-string, played it to my fingers, but I think it's about a young man discovering himself and his love of music.
No, it's about sex. Not specifically any positions, but it's a metaphor for sex. Because guess how old Bryan Adams was in 1969?
10. Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, he was 10 in 1969.
Oh, so it was about his adolescent awakening.
Yeah, it wasn't him reminiscing back to his heyday. It was just a metaphor for sex. It wasn't about anything specific.
Those were the best days of my life.
Yeah.
Oh,
it wasn't actually autobiographical. It was just
poor little 10-year-old
Bryan Adams.
Bryan Adams. If he played his guitar till his fingers bled, it would have made it
Was
difficult.
it Bryan Adams? Was that who sang it? Yeah.
Would have made it difficult to do other things. A 10-year-old might want to.
Oh. Anyway, moving on.
You started it.
You might actually already know this one.
Oh.
My Sharona by The Knack. I mean, it's about a girl called Sharona.
Called Sharona.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, it's about a girl called Sharona. The thing about it is Doug Fiegler, is that it? Fiegler, who wrote it? He was 25 when he wrote it. Sharona Alperin was 16.
Oh.
At the time.
Yeah, okay.
So, yes.
Well, there's a lot. Was that the Knack? Yeah,
yes.
The Knack. That was Trevor Bear saying. There were a lot of really right back to the Beatles. She was just 17. You know what I mean? I'm like, yes. I do, but I don't want to.
Yes.
And there's another one. I think Mellow Yellow. Like, I'm just mad about 17. 17's mad about me. Like, which was can't remember that guy's name. Someone mentioned it in the chat before. But yeah, I mean, who knew that rock stars were creepy perverts? Like,
I mean, we won't mention people like...
No.
I wasn't going to say He Who Shall Not Be Named. I was going to say the one who wrote that giant rock opera.
Oh, yeah. And the, who's that rap guy that wrote... Yeah, that's the same one.
Same one, yes.
Like, come clean it up the closet. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can I just tell you a little... One last little thing about My Sharona. So Sharona Alperin, she's a real person. She's now a real estate agent, and she uses mysharona.com as her domain.
Oh no, that's kind of all. See, owning it. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Just own it.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is a cool. There's nothing quite like. I don't think anyone in the history of the world has picked up a bass guitar and not at some point gone do 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 do. Yeah. Yes. Oh, see. Oh no. Okay. There's more comments about people that I won't put in a public forum because we won't. What is it? Not blaspheme. What's that thing where you defame?
Yes.
We have to be careful in public forums. But yeah, feel free to go and look up on Google these people and find out more about them.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Shall we move on?
I think so. Wow. I'm gonna have to put like a little explicit warning on that part of the show.
All right. I'm going to ask you a question now.
Okay.
Which country do you think has the most heavy metal bands per capita?
Oh, per capita.
Yes.
I mean, my mind immediately goes to Scandinavia because they kind of own metal. Like, they got a lot of black metal. Like, I don't know a lot about metal. Like, Jade Star's already answered and Coldacre have already answered in the chat. But it's between, in my head, it's between Sweden and Norway. Or Denmark might have come out of left field.
None of those.
Oh, shoot. Is it Scandinavia?
Yes.
Oh, it's got to be. Oh, it's like.
Yes.
Oh, Finland.
Yeah, bring it up.
Finland. A
Finland.
country where
I mean, it didn't originate in Scandinavia. It originated in the US and UK, the heavy metal. But Scandinavian countries have really run with heavy metal.
Yeah, there's some ridiculously good metal. Even for someone like me that knows zero about metal, you hear some of the. I wouldn't have gone Finland though. Like Finnish metal. Like you hear Swedish metal and Swedish black metal and like Danish metal and What do you think's the least metal country? Did you look up the least?
I did not, but I'm gonna say South Africa. No, I have no idea.
I'd love to hear South Africa. All right out there, you all ready to rock?
Oh, don't do the accent. Don't do the accent. Well,
Hope you're having a fine night.
Speaking of countries, what is the only band to have played on every single continent?
Okay, what's the freaky band that went to Antarctica is the question you're asking, basically.
Yes.
Okay. Freaky out there.
And I bet
whack.
some people know this one too. So don't look at the
Don't look at the screen. All right.
Some people know.
Okay, I'm thinking it's got to be like a big band, not like a big band, like, but a big band. It'll be like Metallica.
It's Metallica.
Oh,
It's Metallica. Apparently, in 2013 they went down to Antarctica and they played at Karlini Station.
Okay.
For 120 scientists and competition winners. So apparently competition winners went down to watch Imagine watching Metallica play in Antarctica. Like, if that's not a bucket list item, it now should be. I'm not sure it's ever going to happen again. But can you imagine?
Metallica in Antarctica. And apparently one of the scientists had their little recorder out and Lars Ulrich punched him in the face and said, "You're not stealing my music." And then he sued a penguin for copyright infringement.
You're a dick.
Did they cover Ice Ice Baby while they were down there? They missed it.
If they didn't, they
Give me
missed
fuel,
a
give me
trick.
fire, because my toes are freezing off. Ugh.
Well, do you know that fans of heavy metal music and fans of classical music have very similar personalities? Apparently, studies show that heavy metal fans and classical fans are usually introverted and creative. Don't you think that's the case?
I think that's the case. Yeah, that's true. I don't know, because the weird thing is, you think about metal fans and you think about them as being more extroverted. Like I don't think it's actually true. Well, I know it's not true because I know many metal fans. But like you see people walking around, and if they've got like out their hair and they're wearing like a metal band T-shirt and ripped black jeans and chains and stuff, you're just like, that person's pretty out there. But when was the last time you saw one of them walking down the street like yelling "Anarchy," like metal forever? And the same with classical music. Someone's like, "Bend me over, I'm barking mad," like on their T-shirt because they love Bach so much. Or Mozart is the best art. Just ask me. No,
Did you just come up?
I've just come out of Haydn.
Only his son could do that one.
Or his boyfriend.
What boyfriend?
We get, you know how they're with rails, and then sometimes you get off the rails a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're well and truly off the rails.
Truly.
I get that because classical music fans, they're there for the music, like they're enjoying it. Whereas punks are more for the attitude of punk, and same with sort of indie bands are more about being sad and staring at their shoes.
You can be angry and introverted.
It's true. Yeah.
You do that all the time.
When you were saying that, you were actually pointing at me, saying you can be angry. And
Well, I'm saying
not the
Yes.
generalised you, but
People in general can be angry and introverted, but creative people tend to like heavy metal. or classical music.
I like it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why there's symphonic metal. Exactly. And a
Yeah,
lot of
and they go together so well, don't they?
yeah, I like the band that comes to mind is Jack Black, Tenacious D. Like they are, like Jack Black is very classically trained, and you hear some of the like. There's the they have a song where it's like this is Bach, and it rocks, and it comes from the school called the School of Hard Knocks. Give it up
There's
for KG.
the punk rock tried to destroy the metal
Yeah,
one. That one.
yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but
metal.
punk rock tried to destroy the metal.
metal.
That's my Jack Black
That's
impersonation.
That's a good Jack Black impersonation. I'm gonna pay it. How we doing on stuff? Are
Well,
you there?
Nearly.
Ooh.
I'm going to ask you another question.
Ooh.
What do you think is the biggest selling musical instrument in the world?
The biggest selling musical instrument in the world. Now, immediately you go to the classical things, not classical, but you'd go like guitar, I'd say first up, but guitars are pretty hard to manufacture, and like in a third world country, they're not rocking too many guitars. Same with pianos, really complicated to make, and keyboards, so I wouldn't say that. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that there are so many primary school students and elementary school students subjected to this. I'm going to go recorder.
You're close.
Ooh.
You're very close.
Okay.
But Puck Jones, in the comments.
Hang on. Puck Jones. Really? The harmonica.
I was gonna give you Alanis Morissette and
slide whistle.
and is it Billy Joel who does the
Yeah.
at the start of Piano Man is the harmonica,
See,
isn't
I can't do a harmonica sound with my mouth. No. I mean, if I had a harmonica, I could, but
yes,
but not without it.
it is. Harmonica is the most sold instrument in the world. Don't you think that's interesting? Because like you said, it's not when you think of bands, even classical band, you think of trumpets and double bass and flutes are pretty small.
True.
And piccolos and things, but harmonica.
Yeah. What about two sticks? Because there'll be people making music by banging two sticks together.
Triangles are pretty good too. I wonder if they'd be
up there. But I guess there's not a lot of demand for triangles. I don't know. I've never used triangles in a song. Or I've used cowbell. More cowbell.
Yes, I've heard your people say that.
More cowbell.
All right. How are we for time?
We've got probably another 5 to 10 minutes left in the podcast. You got another 5 to 10 minutes worth of gear. By the way, everyone else was on the same thought recorder as well. So,
yes, but I must look up how many recorders are sold compared to harmonicas because they might be pretty close. I think maybe recorder is second.
I think parents who've been subjected to their child playing recorder has that just burned into their brain, so that's why they're probably thinking that.
Well, when Charlotte came home from school one day and said they were learning recorder and I picked it up and played The Rose by Bette Midler, she was quite impressed and shocked.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what... That's an instrument I can actually play.
I like it.
Not a lot, but I can play a couple of songs.
I can't coordinate the having my thumb and my finger at the same
bottom
time.
one is annoying when you have to do the
No, I played clarinet very unsuccessfully for about 2 or 3 years at high school because I wanted to play saxophone because I wanted to be cool, and they said you really should learn how to play clarinet before you learn how to play your saxophone.
Did they say clarinet?
Clarinet. I don't know what voice that was. But I get in trouble for accents, so I just did one that can't be associated with any people. But yeah, I was actually so terrible at it because I just couldn't get it. Like my embouchure was terrible. Like I couldn't do that personal lips thing. And I never practiced, and I hated it. So there was a few problems. What else you got for us?
Okay. This one's a bit boring, but I'll ask you anyway. It was just a filler.
Oh, nice.
What year?
Can't be all killer.
Year were CDs developed?
It's actually earlier than I first thought because I have done some research on music formats in the past, and that would be a good podcast for a future, history of music formats. So it was developed. It was 2 different companies. It was Philips and Sony that got together and developed it.
That was part of it.
And it was in 1977, I want to say.
No, it was 1980, but you were close. But yeah, in 1980, Philips and Sony got together and developed compact discs.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's...
Yeah, which is
much
earlier than I thought.
suspected?
Yeah, we've got folks here guessing 83, 85, 84,
1980.
78.
Yeah. Everyone's in the ballpark.
I knew it was earlier than I thought, but I thought it was even earlier than that. But yeah, when did you have your first CD player?
Oh, I don't think I had a CD player until Oh, do you know when I got it? For my 13th birthday.
So you'd have to do the maths on that.
I'd have to do the maths, and I'm not going to.
1993. No.
Yeah,
No.
No, I have no idea. No, I was earlier than that.
1990, because, yeah.
19. Yeah, it would have been 1990.
Wow. So,
I was
okay.
going to say 1990, and it was for my 13th
so wrong.
birthday. Yeah. Now everybody knows how old I am.
I know. Well, see, I was giving you 3 years. I was giving you an extra 3 years to make you sound young. Yeah, nice.
All right. Well, here's another one.
Yes.
Who was the first entertainer, so general entertainer, to have both an album and a movie reach #1 in the same week?
Album and a movie.
So it's obviously got to be a singer-performer who also acts in movies.
Oh, was it Phil Collins?
No.
Okay. Wasn't he in that bad movie about the train robber and also had some bad? Yeah, no, he probably wasn't number one.
You know what
number
I've
one.
just realised? I don't know what the movie or the album were. I just know the entertainer, so we're going to have to look that up.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Entertainer, movie, and album. So okay, we're thinking musicians or singer act as well in movies, and
It's
a movie
not
that
Prince.
not Prince.
No.
Oh yeah, because he was in that movie.
Yes.
I can't. I'm blank. Oh, it might have been even early. Was it like Frank Sinatra or Dean Martin or
No,
someone
it's
wacky
recent.
like that?
It's recent.
Recent.
Like somebody who's still
90s.
around. Yeah.
Annie Lennox. No, she doesn't act. Cher.
It's not Cher,
Ooh.
but I'm going to tell you. It's Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez.
Yes, and don't do that.
No, that was really inappropriate. So that was a South Park thing.
Yes, it was South
that
Park. But yeah, now we're going to have to look it up because, I mean,
Okay.
maybe not this second. We could do it after. But Jennifer Lopez apparently had a #1 album and a #1 movie.
Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez, #1 album. Yeah,
Oh,
go.
number one movie and album. It's in my search history. I must have been cheating.
No, I think it's
Probably just a well-known fact.
It was the wedding. No, it was not the wedding planner.
Okay, 2001. Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was the wedding planner. The wedding planner.
The Wedding Planner and her album called J-Lo.
There you go.
I reckon Cher could have been right up there because she was. Didn't she win
She was in a bunch
Academy
of movies.
Award
she
for
was in like
The Mask?
The Mask.
Mask. It wasn't The Mask. That's the Jim Carrey one. But there was a movie about. I'm going to get this all totally wrong. It's not the Elephant Man.
Like the
'cause
boy in
that's
the
a bad.
bubble, but
yeah, no, the guy.
Yes, I know the kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm getting all the information wrong. I'm being super inappropriate, but it was a really good movie, and it was about a guy, and I cannot remember his name, and that's really bad of me. But she played
look
the
it
mum.
up.
I mean, I could. Mask. And it was actually...
She's been in a bunch of movies. Wasn't she in Moonstruck and Mermaids
And yeah, and here's a bit of trivia for you. Eric Stoltz, who was originally Marty McFly in Back to the Future,
Yes, and got
they
replaced.
hired him based on his performance in Mask, which was in 1985, the same year. So someone had said, oh, this guy Eric Stoltz is really good. But he was so serious that he couldn't bring any comedy to the comedic performance, and he wanted to be like a method actor and do it all like, yeah.
So they replaced him with Michael
replaced
J.
him
Fox.
with Michael
yes.
J. Fox, which is, yeah.
Yeah, so she was in that movie. Well done. She's been. I really liked Mermaids. That was one of my favourite movies growing up as a kid.
Yes.
That was the one with the Shoop Shoop song.
The
Wanna
Shoop
know
Shoop.
he loves you so. It's in his kiss.
Yes,
That's where it is.
I thought that was Beetlejuice.
No.
Oh.
That was
That was Winona Ryder.
yeah, that was Winona Ryder and
John Merrick.
the song
the
where
name
they
of the guy
yes.
that the movie was based on.
Well, that's the Elephant Man, isn't it?
Is it? I don't.
John Merrick is the Elephant Man. I don't think it was
Is that
one.
the politically correct 2023 name for him? Like, did he?
Well, that was the
himself-
name of the movie. Was the Elephant Man?
yeah. Which is okay. I'm not going to go. I don't know. Like, I don't know if the Elephant Man was something that he referred to himself as, or was that like a
I think
derogatory
there was
term for it?
he had a disease called elephantitis.
Yeah, true. But okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm oversensitive, and I just think that anything that sounds like it's cruel was probably just something cruel
Yeah,
from the
probably
80s
could.
when.
That one
Rocky
there,
Dennis. Rocky Dennis. That was
Rocky
the
Dennis.
actual guy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can you just scroll up? Just one. Third person prod wants to know where your little distro kid down.
Oh, yeah. So for those watching on the video version, the little distro kid plushie that's in the background over... Oh, see, I never know how to point
There
the
he
thing.
is.
There. Came from Distro Kid. They're not selling them yet. I did tell them that so many people have asked that they should totally sell them on their merch store, but they're not available yet. And for those watching on the audio, it's a little plush green
He's a little cute green
Distro
plushie.
Kid monster that you can you can look at. He's good. Elephant Man was directed by David Lynch. See, we're getting it all totally right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I did say at the start.
Mask was with Cher, and it was about Rocky Dennis, and Elephant Man is about John Merrick,
And The Mask was with Jim
Mask.
Carrey.
Somebody
And I want to say Cameron Diaz was in it. I could be wrong.
in
we're
The
getting,
Mask.
Yes, now we're getting way into the weeds.
We are. All right, you got something to finish. Got something to finish strong with?
Well, I don't know about strong. Have you mentioned that a significant event occurred in your life this week?
Oh yes, no,
No,
I did. I mentioned my birthday. Or did something
it
else
wasn't that. It was your birthday.
Yeah,
Not that significant, but you had another
trip
lap
around the
around the
sun. Is
sun?
that what they say?
Something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
I did. So thank you to you, and I got some awesome presents from my family, and I enjoyed myself. I had fun, and I didn't do anything on Wednesday at all, apart from I didn't do any work. That was my gift. That was my gift
We
to
went
myself.
out for lunch.
We did. We went out for lunch, and then we went out for lunch again yesterday. So I've had kind of a birthday week.
No, we went out for dinner yesterday. It wasn't lunch,
wasn't it? And lunch. No,
we?
that was the day before. That was on my birthday. Don't worry. I'm losing track of time. But yes, I'm now 21, which means I can drink in the US next time we go. So
Sure. Yes.
as long as you have no further follow-up questions or want to see my birth certificate.
Yes.
I was born on the 1st of March, and weirdly enough, when I go to the US, they assume that it was the 3rd of January. So
Because of the date.
whenever last time we were in Las Vegas, they kept signing me up to the rewards things at the casinos, and I look at my card and I'm like, 3rd of January, close enough. So
My birthday's 26th of October, so they didn't have that
can't make
problem
that
with
mistake.
me.
Can't make that mistake.
They'd look at it and they'd go, oh, and then they'd just put it their way. But with yours, because it was 1331, yeah.
When you're going through security, especially at at a bar or something, and the people they put on the front door, they don't see it very often. It does take them a while. You can see their little brain. You can see their brain ticking over, going, "Oh, okay, it's the other way around. It is."
Well, I have an interesting fact about the song "Happy Birthday."
Oh, we went there. Okay, I like it. Connected
That's
the
why
dots.
we have to mention it. How much money do you think the Warner Music Group, who owns the license for Happy Birthday,
Yes.
earns per year?
Well, this could be interesting because I believe I could be wrong.
Don't step on my
Okay.
face.
I believe that in the past, and still now for sure, nothing's changed. I reckon they used to make $420 million.
Million?
Million.
No, it's about $2 million a year from the
$2
royalties.
million
But
a year. But
as of 2016,
yep.
it's in the public domain.
Yep.
So they can't actually get any royalties from Happy Birthday anymore. Because for so long, people couldn't use Happy Birthday, the song, in movies or TV shows without, paying royalties to the Warner Music Group. And there was a court case over it, and now that's I don't know if it was a court case, I think I'm making that up. In 2016, they decided that it was public domain, and now you can sing Happy Birthday without paying royalties.
Happy birthday. No, we're going to have to sing
I'm
it
not
now.
going to do it. I did that on Wednesday.
Do you reckon that...
Do I reckon?
Do you reckon that the person that did that other... Because for a while there was that other birthday song that they Happy Birthday to you.
Was that?
Happy birthday.
It wasn't the Beatles, but who was it? It was like some... Because that was from the 60s, I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Maybe it was... Well, third person pod here says, didn't Paul McCartney own the license for Happy Birthday at one point?
Maybe it was that
Maybe
song.
he did, or maybe he owned that version. Oh, it was
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder.
There you go.
Yeah, finally, Happy Birthday has been freed. We can all
Yes.
enjoy it. You know what we've got confirmation. As soon as two people in the chat, that's my version of research. As soon as two people watching the live show say the same thing, then it's correct. Yeah, it reminds me of Stevie Wonder.
Don't they have to do that in journalism? They have to get can have their sources confirmed.
Yeah, exactly. My sources confirmed. Speaking of which, I'm hungry. I'm going to have some fries with some delicious sauces. No? Oh, see, the folks on the audio version can't see the pure disdain which you look at me when I try to make a joke.
I'll try
An
to send it
innocent
down
joke.
the microphone.
There you go. Did you feel that? Did you? All right. Thank you for coming on the show.
That's all right.
It's been a lot of fun, and thank you all for listening in.
I did it without wine. Are you proud?
I know. You did it without whining at all. I mean, without...
Hey.
That was a real hit. Oh, abuse.
Sorry.
It's all good. So thank you for tuning in. Again, if you're watching the audio version, watching the video version, you can go to studiolivetoday.com/podcast. Subscribe to the audio version because it's the sort of thing, listen back to it. Sit in the car with the kids. Skip between about the 20-minute and the 26-minute mark. But the rest of it's going to be fine. Yes. Otherwise, you'll have some splaining to do. And if you are listening on the audio version as well, studiolivetoday.com is the place you can go to find out all the things that are going on over there. Coming up on the show this weekend, we're doing a Canada special for the happy hour. So our Canadian friends, we're going to play a lot of Canadian artists, which should be good fun. We have Your Music Live, of course, which we do each and every week. And I'm releasing a brand new song, drums by Jade Starr, which is called Sink or Swim. And it's a bit of a punk song, a bit Bowling for Soup inspired, considering we were talking about them earlier.
All comes back around.
So that is going to do it. Any parting words from you, Georgie?
Oh, now you put me on the spot. Thank you to everybody for being here and for commenting on my hair.
Georgie's going to come back on now because you said nice things about her hair. But no, if you would like us to do this again, it was really fun and I liked it because I had to do zero preparation. But
yeah, I had to do all the work.
Exactly. I've learned about songwriters and I've learned about the meanings of songs, which I can't unhear.
You can't. What did they say? You heard it. You can't unhear it.
Yep, exactly. All right, that's going to do it for this week's episode. As we say at the end of every show, please be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, keep creating. See you soon.
Bye.
And we're still here. We went nowhere. We didn't leave.
Can we go?
Oh, well, we can in a minute.
I'm joking.
Always fun to see Georgie. I say that every morning when I wake up. I'm like, Georgie, it's always fun to see you.
It's the second time you've made that joke.
I have no humour ability.
No humour ability.
Or ability to speak words. It's nearly beer o'clock now, I reckon. Nearly beer and 1 o'clock. It's a good 10:40. I reckon once it's 11.
Wait a while. I got to do some driving this afternoon.
Yeah. Keep driving. You're driving me crazy. Did I miss any questions or anything apart from your No,
I don't think so. I think you did pretty well with the answers. I was surprised at how well you came up with a few of them.
I did okay.
Yeah. Metallica performing in Antarctica. Crazy.
I honestly hadn't actually heard that, but I just thought, who is the largest, most audacious band that would do something like that? And I think it was. And someone else said U2. That would have been right up there too.
U2 is a good.
Bono is a giant tool as well, and I can see him going, "We're gonna go fly on an iceberg, eh?"
Stop doing the accents. It's A, bad, and B, slightly racist.
It is true. Yes, I know. Georgie has to keep me honest, and that's the thing. That's why I have Georgie here to keep me honest as well. Yes. Let's say thank you to all the folks who rocked on by and joined us for this. We had the wonderful Jade Starr, Russ 8889, Mark Bro, Christopher Rossi. I hope you and the family haven't been scarred for life hearing some of the stuff.
Yeah,
Fat Panda Cat. Hello, Rena here. Hi, Rena. Rena's Can you get on to me this week? Rena's been asking me to do a ladies' T-shirt because you know how we attempted to do a ladies' T-shirt, but the logo was in the wrong spot. It was like down under the boobs.
No, the little thingies were a little bit too booby.
A little bit too boobalicious.
Yeah.
So we do need to do new ones.
Yes, we need a V-neck. Don't you think a V-neck where the little records are a bit higher, so they're not like nipples.
We need a T-shirt.
Sorry, it always ends with boob talk, doesn't it?
It does. Thank you, Third Person Pod. Thank you to the Lily Pillies. It's always fun doing something that's just for laughs, just for fun. Thomas Christ, wonderful moderator. I don't think there was any moderation really needed. Everyone was very, very well behaved. Very good. Yes, I am love silly. I'm love sick. Wasn't that a song? Now I'm love sick.
Sure. As long as you have no follow-up questions.
Now I have to go check under the kids' beds mattresses for Little Richard material. Christopher, perfect stuff. All right, I think we've said g'day. Studio Live bikini. There you go. Get a nice two-piece.
As long as I don't have to model it, no one wants to see that.
A unitard. How about that?
Oh.
A mankini.
Mankini, yes.
Right, maybe not. All right, that is going to do us for today. But thank you for joining us here.
Yes,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
hanging out. And I will be back over the weekend. So the podcast actually comes out tomorrow. I get to go and do all the work and chop it and cut it and put all the labels on there
Tag
and
it and
tag as explicit.
metadata is important.
And then, we've got the happy hour. So I got to start practicing my Canadian. I saw your suggestion there, Mark, a little tragically hip, which I know that a lot of Canadians like.
Don't want to be a Canadian idiot.
No, that's not right. That's about blowing up Canada. I don't think that would be appropriate on a
That's
Canadian
true.
show. No, gotta have Alanis, Bare Naked Ladies. Who's that really good songwriter that does Hallelujah? Leonard Cohen. Lots of good Canadians out there. Yeah. All right.
That really good songwriter that does Hallelujah is what you just referred to Leonard Cohen as.
Did I tell you I don't know a lot about music? So.
It's hard when you're like trying to think of things on the spot. Like in your everyday life, like in my everyday life, I wouldn't necessarily forget the names of bands. And then I'm staring at a camera going, what's the name of that band I like?
Good Lightful. Can I do the
Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald?
Edmund Fitzgerald? That could
Woo.
just be the whole show. Isn't that song about 14 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Good Lightfoot. All right. We are going to seriously go this time. So again, thank you all for hanging out. I won't say the thing because I've already said the thing, but thank you for being here.
Can I say it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What
Let's
is
look to it.
Hang on. Hang on.
See if you can remember what I say.
It's something like be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and keep creating.
Yes.
Is that right?
Spot on.
Yay!
Very
Got
good.
it.
Very well done. Hi and bye to Jenny, by the way, who's just joined us as well. All right. We're going to go. Bye for now.
Bye.
We're going to leave loudly.